The fear of being abandoned is a prison. The fear of abandonment is a closed and suffocating space that destroys relationships. That said, you shouldn't torture yourself over what you're going through. Instead, you can learn to understand it better if you learn to understand the roots of your fear. The first thing you should be aware of is that fear of abandonment is a very primal and human emotion. What does it mean? As a species, there is basically nothing more important to our development and survival than having supportive caregivers from an early age. Whether it's your parents or someone else, you need caregivers who are warm and loving and who make you feel safe. If you don't have this at an early age, your brain feels a terrible emptiness. This makes you more vulnerable to the development of certain mood disorders. The Journal of Youth and Adolescence published an interesting study in 2011. Researchers at Arizona State University found that anyone who has experienced the death of a parent also shows fear of abandonment. It is a primal fear and something that we cannot get rid of easily. But when you learn to deal with it and when you heal this open wound, everything changes. You will finally be able to leave your emotional prison and live a happier and more fulfilling life. How to overcome your fear of abandonment. If you have one or more experiences of being abandoned in a traumatic way, you begin to believe that you are worthless. This leads to low self-esteem. Not only that, but you fear it will happen again, which causes anxiety and makes it difficult to manage relationships. You find yourself in toxic situations where you are far too demanding of care. In your obsession with making sure you are loved and validated, you lose your authenticity. Love that is based on obsessive need will only cause suffering. No one deserves to live in this kind of situation. Thus, learning to overcome your fear of abandonment is crucial. Let's look at some strategies that can help you do just that. Emotional independence that can help you overcome your fear of abandonment. Accept your fear for what it is, perfectly normal. Fear is innate in all people. In your case, it is intensified due to past experiences. Fear is completely natural, but you cannot allow it to take control of your life. If you want to overcome your fear of abandonment, you need to be 100% responsible for yourself. No one is going to save you. Your partner is not required to be responsible for you, or be the only source of emotional support. Self-love is the only love that can truly heal. You have to love yourself unconditionally. You will have to change your inner dialogue. Undermining yourself or believing that no one loves you is absolutely forbidden. Stop thinking that you might be abandoned again. Refrain from thinking the worst about yourself or your partner. If you find yourself in a black hole where you think she did it because she's not interested anymore, or he really doesn't love me, you need to recognize it and try to stop. A calm mind is a happier mind. Focus on building trust, and this way you will have stronger and more meaningful relationships. You must learn to work with your emotional independence. This is a slow process that requires you to pay attention and identify your needs. You are the only one who can heal your emotional vacuum. It is your responsibility and you cannot put it on someone else's shoulders. Healing is a slow process. Finally, we would like to point out once again that this process is not simple. Being abandoned leaves a deep and lasting impression. Overcoming it can be a long and hard journey that you may not be able to complete on your own. If you feel that your fear of abandonment is getting in the way of having satisfying and stable relationships, don't hesitate to get professional help. You deserve to be independent and live without fear.